Something from my CCTV footage is haunting me. Hi, Mikaiketsu channel. My name is Marceline, and this is the first time I'm sharing something like this. I'm not the type to easily get scared. I like horror movies. I laugh at jump scares, and I always thought paranormal stuff was just silly. But what happened to me, what is still happening to me, isn't silly at all. It's real. And it's something I wish I could just unsee. We moved into our new home. My husband, Tyler, and I had just bought our first house. It was perfect, or at least it seemed that way. A quiet town we won't disclose for our privacy, a nice 2-story home, a small backyard, and a front yard that looked over a peaceful street. We got it for cheap, and back then, we were just happy. Happy to have a home, happy to build a life together. We're both a little paranoid about security, so we installed CCTV cameras around the house. One by the front door, one facing the street from above the garage, and one at the back door. We also installed alarms on every door and window. It sounds like a lot, but it made us feel safe. We could sleep soundly knowing we'd know immediately if something went wrong. And for a while, everything was fine. It became a habit of mine to review the previous night's CCTV footage when I had free time. Most of the time, it was boring. Stray cats, cars passing by, sometimes nothing at all. Until one day, when something caught my eye. I was browsing the footage from the street-facing camera, the one aimed at the corner across the road where the trash bins are lined up. It was nighttime, so the footage was in night vision mode, all grays and eerie glows. And there, standing by the trash bins, was a shadow. It wasn't moving. It wasn't clear either, just a dark man-shaped figure, hunched oddly. No defined features, no visible face. It stood perfectly still. I joked about it with Tyler. Look at this. Creepy, right? I laughed it off. He chuckled too. It's probably a weird shadow or something, he said. Maybe a tree? Maybe. I wanted to believe that. I needed to. It was always there the next night. Out of pure curiosity, I checked again. And again, the shadow was there. Same spot. Same posture, completely motionless. At first, I rationalized it. Maybe the streetlight was casting weird shadows. Maybe it was a trick of the camera. But when I checked in broad daylight, there was nothing there that could have cast that shadow. No tree, no tall object, just open space and the trash bins. Still, I wanted to believe it was nothing. I brought it up casually to a neighbor while chatting by the mailbox. I even showed them the footage. Their reaction was not what I expected. Their face dropped. They stopped smiling immediately, their eyes darkened. Without saying anything else, they turned around and walked back inside. That same week, I noticed that almost every neighbor installed their own CCTV systems. Expensive ones. I asked another neighbor about it, someone a little more friendly, and after a lot of prying, he said, "What you caught on your camera shouldn't be there. It's not human. Life went on until it didn't." Weeks passed. The shadow figure stayed there, always standing, never moving. It became part of the scenery. I stopped being scared. I stopped thinking about it. Until one night, scratching on the roof, Tyler and I were jolted awake by the sound of scratching across our roof. Our first thought, cats. There are tons of stray cats around here. We ignored it, shrugged it off, and went back to sleep. But the next morning, as I did my usual security check, I noticed two things. The back door camera had stopped recording. The memory was full. The back door was wide open. I asked Tyler if he had forgotten to lock it. He swore he locked everything before bed. We searched the house. Nothing was missing. Not a single thing. And then I did the thing I was most afraid to do. I checked the footage. The figure was gone. The street camera footage from the night before showed something horrifying, or rather, it didn't show it. The shadow figure that had stood there every single night for months was gone. I rewound the footage again and again, searching for when it had left. It wasn't caught moving. It didn't walk away. It was just not there anymore. It had simply vanished. I felt my blood run cold. I immediately messaged Tyler at work, sending him screenshots and panicked voice messages. He told me to stay inside, keep the doors locked, and he'd be home late. I was alone. That night, Tyler called to tell me he'd be working an all-nighter. I tried to be brave. I locked everything, double-checked every window and door. The alarms were set. I kept my phone open with a live CCTV feed. I even grabbed a baton and kept it by my side. Hours dragged by. Midnight passed. 1:00 a.m., 2:00 a.m. The cameras showed nothing. No shadow by the bins. No movement at all. Eventually, exhaustion took over. I drifted into a half-sleep. And that's when it happened. I woke up, or at least, my mind did. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. My body felt pinned to the bed, frozen. And standing right next to me was the figure from the footage. I saw it in full horrifying detail. A tall, gaunt humanoid shape, its body cloaked in tattered black robes. Its face was shadowed, but I could make out burning red eyes, deep black sockets housing those sinister points of light. Its nose was sunken like a skull, and its mouth was a row of jagged, bloody spikes. It leaned down, its face inches from mine, grinning. The air around me felt thick and sour, like rotting flesh. I tried to scream, to thrash, to cry, but nothing happened. I was trapped. It reached out with long, thin fingers and scratched my legs, 3 slow, deliberate lines, burning like fire through my skin. It laughed, a deep, guttural, inhuman laugh, and began dancing around the room, spinning in circles, howling in glee at my suffering. The blood from my legs stained the sheets. Sunrise saved me as the first light of dawn bled through the curtains. The figure stopped. It stared at the window like it hated the sunlight. And then, in a blur, it vanished. I could move again. I gasped for air, clutching my burning legs. When I pulled the covers away, I saw the truth. 3 long, deep scratches carved into my skin, still bleeding. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a hallucination. It was real. I called Tyler sobbing, barely able to form words. He rushed home immediately. No sleep, no hesitation. He drove me to the hospital. The doctors were confused. They said the wounds looked like an animal attack, but they couldn't explain the deepness or the strange, almost ritualistic nature of the wounds. Animal scratches are ragged. These were precise, almost intentional. I'm writing this now from my hospital bed, trying to process everything. I'm scared. I'm confused. And honestly, I'm starting to lose my grip on reality. Neighbors have stopped speaking to us. Some houses have for sale signs now. People are leaving. And worst of all, the backdoor camera's memory filled up again last night. I don't want to look. I'm terrified of what I'll find if I review the footage. Was it a demon? A spirit? Something worse? I don't know. I just want my life back. I just want to sleep without fear. If anyone here knows anything about what this thing is, please help me. Even a small explanation would help me feel less alone in this nightmare. Thank you for reading, radio listener, Marceline. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe. I will see you again next week.